Greetings everyone. Today's clip is going to be taken from a speech that Father Donald Calloway gave in 2021 in Texas. It was in November. I didn't actually know Father Donald Calloway existed until a few months ago when one of my viewers pointed out one of his videos that I should watch. And just so you know, folks, when you point out a video or give an interesting link in the comments that I should look at, I do normally look at it. So I watched this video and then I saw other videos that he did and I thought they were great, and yeah, I've been watching many of his videos since, and this is one I was watching, an hour-long speech on St.Joseph that he was giving, because he's written a book about him as well. But during that video he does go off a few times on rants about things in the modern day world that just shock him, and I thought I'd try and put those all together into one video. So you can just see those moments. Of course, if you want to watch the whole thing, I will put a link in the description. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it.
We've got a certain patricide that's happening in society right now. The elimination of fatherhood, the mocking of it, the ridiculing of it. Sister Lucia dos Santos, I don't know if you remember her, she's one of the visionaries from Fatima. The one I say got the short end of that stick, right? The others are already canonized when they were children. She's like, hello. What about me? Right? She lived to be like 100. You'll get there, sister, right? So she said later in life, she became a nun in Portugal, and she told a cardinal this. She said that the final battle between good and evil will be fought over ecology? No. Marriage and family. Why? Because that's the building block of civilization. If that falls, everything crumbles. Kind of a no-brainer why everything is crumbling today when we've redefined marriage. Now we think it's legit, normal, and people have rights for two dudes to get married or two women to get married. This is so jacked up, but we think it's funny. We got shows called Modern Family. We entertain ourselves with this stuff. Past the Twizzlers and popcorn, it's family night. Let's watch some twisted, deranged thing and laugh. That's how jacked up we are. Oh, and people would hear this and they'd say, Father, you're a homophobe. Oh, no, I'm not. I have family members who suffer from SSA and all these things. We're all broke, wounded, all of that. All of us. But there's right and there's wrong. There's truth and there's falsehood. There's light and there's darkness. You can't start saying 2 + 2 = 5. It's wrong. There is an answer to the problem. You may get it wrong, and we'll work with that, right? But there is a correct answer. It's the same thing with doctrine. This ain't changing. There's a lot of people that want to change it today, even in the church. But it ain't changing, my friends. And we have got to get back to the basics again, because we've forgotten it. How many Catholics today are in favor of this stuff and make nothing of it? And vote that way? What has happened to us? Because we've lost our minds. People today don't even know which bathroom to use, right? Really, it is absolutely insane what is going on in our times. How many people today are so triggered when they hear that a man is called to be the head of the family? Boy, the feminists get all messed up, right? How dare you? Right? It's because you don't know what we're talking about. Real manhood, not a caveman. Woman, make me breakfast. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about a man who would die for you, take a bullet for you, sacrifice himself for you, climb mountains for you, swim an ocean for you and your family and your children. That kind of manhood. A man who would be willing to take you into foreign territory, let's say Egypt, where there's bandits and marauders, and protect you. Look at sitcoms today. How is manhood portrayed? He's a buffoon. He's an idiot. He's a moron. He lies on the couch eating his Doritos, watching NASCAR. He's so incompetent. His wife has to do everything. She mocks him, makes fun of him. The kids bring their friends over and they mock their own dad in front of their friends. He's an idiot. That's not manhood. That's not fatherhood. That's not what it means to be a husband. He's the one who sacrifices. In the mid-20th century, if you were around then, I was only born in 72, but communism was a serious threat. Right? Everybody was worried about the Reds, right? Even shows, oh boy, nobody could watch Archie Bunker today. That would think it would be so canceled, right? I thought it was hilarious, you know? You commies, you know? So everybody was worried about this, even the popes. And communists wanted to literally take over a secular holiday, a workers' day, and turn it into communist workers' day. They wanted to take away the dignity of work and the correct understanding of workers' rights and all of those things. And you just belong to the state. So the Pope stepped in and Pius XII in particular, he said, we now turn May 1st into St. Joseph the Worker Day. And it was amazing what began to happen. You know, and we saw what happened, the fruits of it. Especially during the pontificate of John Paul II and the presidency of Ronald Reagan. Communism, you know, in many places began crumbling all over the place. Sadly today, it's rearing its ugly head again under different names, right? The Hydra has many heads. Socialism, Marxism. How many young people I see today wearing shirts of Che Guevara? And they think, oh, he's a champion of... What books you reading? Do you have any idea what this dude did? And the people he had massacred and murdered? A champion of human rights. You're clueless. Take a trip down to Venezuela or go to Cuba, see how that worked out, right? You keep that nonsense up, you're going to be in a breadline in a couple years. But this is the modern education system, my friends. This is what is being told and indoctrinated into your children. See, everybody today is defund this, defund that. If there's anything that needs to be defunded, it's basically the modern secular education system. It's poison to souls. They rewrite history. See, you're in Texas. You understand that. Amen. So, yeah, I mean, we're so messed up that we've got to bring the reality of these truths, as hard as they are, right? You got to apply the medicine to the wound, and it's going to sting. That's normal. Because if you don't, it's just going to get worse. It's going to become infected. You're going to have to cut the thing off. We're kind of at the point right now where we do probably have to do some serious severing of certain limbs. And nobody wants to be the guy to do that. I'm not thrilled about the idea, but I, for one, am certainly not afraid to say, you, sir, should not be receiving Holy Communion, right? And it's not because I'm mean and nasty and don't love you, it's because I do love you. That's what a real father does. You need a spanking every now and then. You know what I'm saying?